A good morrow to this fair assembly, my TJ scholars, and welcome to October. Wow, can you believe that? Today is Monday, October the 5th, and we have several things to talk about today, starting with the fact that you can probably tell that once again, Mr. Swanson is not at Thomas Jefferson Elementary, and so that means another episode of Where is Mr. Swanson is coming up. More on that just a little bit. Friends, we have several things that we want to talk about today. I want to start by asking all of you, especially you fourth graders, to join me in welcoming Mr. Sawaski to our school. Mr. Sawaski is our new beginning band teacher, so he joins Mrs. Sweaterlish, who is our new advanced band teacher. So Mr. Sawaski is going to be reaching out to your families. In fact, I think he already has. So hopefully those of you in fourth grade, remember fourth grade is when our beginning band program starts. Hopefully you guys will sign up, get a chance to work with Mr. Sawaski. He is a really good guy and he's a great band teacher. Friends, I want to spend a little bit of time this morning talking about the upcoming week because there's going to be a couple new things with our schedule. Okay, here's the deal. This Thursday and Friday are independent work days. Okay, think of it kind of like asynchronous work days. I don't know if your teachers have used that word with you, but what does that mean? That means that this Thursday and Friday, guys, your teachers will not be available, okay? What that means is they are going to give you some assignments that you will need to do on your own, okay? And those assignments could be things like Dreambox, could be Myon, it could be some other things, but they will give you sort of the range of those assignments that you need to do. Now, those assignments are not going to take all day, okay? So your teachers will take good care of you. I also want all of you pay careful attention to the instructions from your Encore teachers, okay? Okay, Encore, they're going to let you know how they want you to do Encore. So that's just this Thursday and Friday. So you still kind of have school, but it'll be a different kind of school because you won't see your teachers and your teachers won't be available to answer any questions during Thursday and Friday. Now, Monday, 1 week from today, Monday, October 12th, that is a holiday. That is Indigenous Peoples Day. So that means that you all have no school that day. Now, teachers will still be working on that day, but you won't. So that's what's going on for the next week. Now, let's talk about where Mr. Swanson is because I am not at TJ. However, before we get to where I am today, let's talk about where I was yesterday. First and foremost, you got to give me credit for not falling in the river last week. I was a little worried about that, but I came through like a champ. So, very cool. A lot of you talked it over with your teachers, and you figured out, and pretty much all of you were right, that I was at the Potomac River in Old Town Alexandria. Old Town Alexandria is a really cool place, all kinds of history there. The town itself was surveyed by this guy. I think his first name was John. I think it's John Alexander. And that's noteworthy because he was assisted by a young, around 16-year-old associate named George Washington. Pretty cool stuff. So a lot of you knew that I was there, especially these classes were able to figure it out. Mrs. Flazier's class, Mrs. McCann's, Mrs. Dubois, Miss Cowa, Miss Shabetta. In fact, Mrs. Shabetta, I think her class even figured out the exact address where I was. So way to go, you geography scholars. Mrs. Fine, Mrs. England, Mrs. Lauer, and Mrs. Hughes. Mrs. Hughes' class actually knew one of the landmarks in Old Town Alexandria, and they knew that Mr. Swanson was standing pretty close to the old torpedo factory. So, very cool. So, let's talk about where I am today. Now, obviously, guys, I am inside somewhere. Now, I'm also going to tell you, in fact, I was going to show you, but the sun was kind of bright and it was sort of loud. But if you guys go right outside those doors back there, if you go out there, you are going to see the U.S. Capitol. So let's take a look around, okay? I'm just going to kind of get out of the picture, and you can see, guys, this room is big. It is big, it's huge, and you can see it's got a really cool ceiling, so it's huge. These tile floors, it's really, really pretty. Kind of empty right now, and there's some reasons for that. So let me give you another hint, okay? Listen carefully now. Another hint is one of Mr. Swanson's favorite songs is by this guy named Bruce Springsteen, and the song is, listen now, Tucson Train. Tucson Train. I love that song. So, where is Mr. Swanson? Great, big, huge, big room, really, really big room. Right outside those doors is the United States Capitol, so that you know I'm really close to that. And one of Mr. Swanson's favorite songs is Bruce Springsteen's Tucson Train. Where is Mr. Swanson? All right, talk it over with your class, let your teacher know, and then I will give a shout out to those classes that are able to figure it out. Until then, boys and girls, just like always, let's make sure that we are safe, responsible, and respectful. And just like every single day, no matter where we are, let's do some good today. Have a good one, friends.